morning, good people. How you doing? Brother Vincent coming to you, Brother Vinny. I'm here in San Antonio, Texas, and I want to give a quick reflection on today's readings, the gospel that we hear in Mass. So in the gospel, there's a place called the Pool of Bethesda, and there's manuscripts that translate it as the House of Mercy. And so at this place, there's people all around. There's mostly the crippled, the lame, the blind, the paralyzed, who are waiting for one event. And at this event, it was the common belief that an angel would come down and stir the waters. He would trouble the waters. And after the stirring, the people would go down into the waters and bathe themselves. And usually, if you were the first one to make it down into the water, you were the one that was healed. And so Jesus is at this place, and he approaches a man who had been ill for 38 years, a very long time. And he knows that he's been ill for this long, and he asks him, do you want to be healed? Do you want to be cleansed? And this man's like, yeah, of course. But the problem is, there's no one to take me down. And when I do get down there, there's someone there before me. So he's late. And so Jesus knows this. Jesus recognizes his perseverance, his longing for healing. And he says, arise, take up your mat and walk. But the crazy part, the beautiful part, is that this man had been sick for 38 years, a long time. But the amount of persistence, the amount of prayer, the amount of perseverance, endurance in that time, I think is very, very important for us today to recognize, to reflect upon. And St. John Chrysostom, the golden preacher, talks about the dangers of, he calls, excessive laziness, where we might pray for a couple days, maybe a week, and we give up because we notice there's no change. We notice there's nothing happening, and so we give up. And St. John Chrysostom says that we should really be ashamed of our laziness. We should really be, ashamed of, not persevering, not pursuing the faith, right? And I think that's very, very important when we recognize that laziness, when we recognize our own, failure to keep up in the faith, right? It should really allow us to persevere in the faith, to pray always, and plunge ourselves into the wellspring of Jesus Christ, who's the living water. So persevere, pray, and plunge yourself in the waters of God's mercy, God's life, who is the fullness of redemption, as we hear in the Psalms. And so remember that today, and know also that we're praying for you. We're keeping you close to our hearts in our prayers, in our daily prayers and our masses that are said every day. So keep that with you, and God bless. See you soon. Peace.